Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a little much. Hi, I'm Mandolin Hooper. You might remember me from such shows as Too Drunk to Play or I Don't Give a Shit. Tonight's a little something different. So tonight's concert is called My Worst Fucking Nightmare. I'm going to play some songs for those of you who couldn't make it to C&P a couple weeks ago and other people who have nothing more to do. The way she's leaving, you'd think she'd have a place to go. By the hangers in this closet, you'd think she had clothes. An empty pack of Pall Malls as if she still smoked. And a note left on the bedside in case I didn't already know. The folks down at the local news say that it won't rain, but the man on the street disagrees and he's got nothing to gain. So I'm headed down to the station to catch a random train. Anywhere away from here, just anywhere before I go insane. Sometime I'll wake up tomorrow morning. Somewhere I'll find my home on the range. Somehow she sleeps at night, like everything will be alright. I guess some things in life never change. I ran into her in the early afternoon. The stroller and the wedding band say that it's too soon. The way the sun will rise when you can still see the moon. And then again at the end of the day I'm still singing the same old tune. At some point I'll get up in the morning, and somewhere I'll find my home on the range. And somehow she's sleeping tonight, like everything's alright. I guess some things in life never change. Sometime I'll wake up tomorrow morning, and somewhere I'll find my home on the range. Somewhere she's singing tonight, everything will be alright. Some things in life never change. Well, hi, Pappy. I have a dog visiting me. Thank you, thank you. No, please, please, continue. I do take requests, but I can't hear you. Sometimes you start writing a song and you think it's about a certain woman, and then after the first verse you start the second and you realize, oh, it's actually about this other gal, and then you get to the chorus and you go, oh wait, no, it's really about this person, and then at the end of the song you go, god damn, my exes have a lot of shit in common. Here again at 1 a.m. with a bottle in my hand, wishing I was just a little better than I am, thinking just how nice it'd be if only I could stay, so the one who's here wouldn't be the one that got away. Here's to the women who break all the rules, the beautiful ones nice enough to dance with all us fools. Come pour one more, make it all worthwhile. Maybe just enough, and I'll forget that smile by morning, by morning, by morning, by morning. Be a pal and put this round on my smallest tab. It seems my ride said goodnight, so call me up a cab. Thanks for all your listening, I've had quite a ball. Let me raise just one last toast before you say last call. Here's to the women who break every rule, beautiful ones nice enough to dance with all us fools. Come pour one more, make it all worthwhile. Maybe just enough, and I'll forgive that smile. Here's to the women who break all the rules, the beautiful ones nice enough to dance with all us fools. Come pour one more, make it all worthwhile. Maybe just enough, and I'll forget that smile by morning, by morning, by morning, by morning, by morning. I still remember it. Thank you very much.
That's one of my favorite songs of yours. Oof.
Yeah, my mother loves that song. That's always just been kind of middling for me. That's Boris's Tale. Hi, Boris. Yes, would you like to hear? What do you want to hear? What's your request?
A dog song.
A pup. Well, the only song I have about dogs are dead dogs.
Sing me the
I'm not very happy.
pup song.
Pup. That's not staying on. I think that should add immediately. Beep.
Sing the pup
Oh, here,
song.
I'll play this for Nick, who wasn't able to be there, and I told him I'd have some footage, which I did not. Don't discard me on this evidence. Don't believe it's on bathroom walls. You know I'd never stay the night. You know I'm not a good time at all. And don't believe everything you hear. You're gonna hear everything. You know that I wasn't raised right. At least I was barely raised at all. And you know I'm not above or below it. And I'd be the first to fall from grace. And you know I ain't ashamed to show up with a little egg on my face. So don't discard me, don't discard me. You know I'm not a good time at all. Don't discard me, Don't you discard me. You know I'm not a good time at all. There's a little Gerald Collier for you. If I can get this to turn back on.
Yes?
Mm-hmm. Can I help you?
Can I take a picture?
It's on video, sure. This is my worst nightmare. This is everything I hate about life in one. This is absolutely terrible. Thank you for pausing during that intermission. Here's a fairly new one that no one has heard before, so you're welcome. The Growlers or Wilco, joints versus Sigs, the Beatles against the Stones, Aiden or Mr. Big, Bukowski or Polaniuk, Sinatra versus Dino, a late night or it ain't right, whiskey versus vino, and it pains me to admit that I'm losing. It was worth it just to see you every day. And there's something I wish I didn't have to say, but Mr. Big dies anyway. A porter or a pilsner, football or the ballet, the future or a past life would be fine either way. The hop vine or the starlight, a sip against a swig, carrot versus classic, Aiden or Mr. Big, and it pains me to admit that I'm losing. It was worth it to see you every day, and there's something I wish I didn't have to say, but Mr. Big dies anyway. Oh, there's that one.
That's a good one.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheers. I have a 3-dog and 2-person audience.
Oh, the ratio's right.
The ratio's right, yeah. I'll never know what I'll be missing. I'll never show how much it means. I'll never grow up enough to say the things I say to you every night in my dreams. Saving a thread from your pillow, staying in bed as long as I can, saying goodbye too many times without a kiss, and now I know I'll never be enough of a man. Something hit me just this morning, something sharp enough to cut me, something strong enough to substitute for whiskey, something along the lines of giving up. I might have lost my home, finally crashed the car. Maybe I'm sleeping on the floor, playing it cool enough to finally make you smile. Makes me understand why I can't anymore. Something finally seems so easy. Something really ain't all that tough. Something stops the hurt of every endless evening. Something along the lines of giving up. Something hit me just this morning. Something sharp enough to cut me. Something strong enough to substitute for whiskey. Something along the lines of giving up. Something along the lines of giving up. Something along the lines of giving up.
Yeah, I like that one.
Thank you.
That's nice.
That's an oldie. All right.
This is really fragrant.
Do you remember all the cups of coffee or all the deadly midnight talks? I got a ghost in the attic, so charismatic, she's telling me the way to walk. Do you remember when you said you loved me? Was there a moment when you thought it was true? You raised hell like a devil above me, just by whispering, I love you. That was a who. I'm laughing, that was a who. You're smiling, that was a who. The joke is coming around. Are you the angel I've been searching for? 'Cause I've been telling you that I'm your saint. Years I've been searching door to door, but the doorbells are sounding faint. Have you been keeping all track of time? Watching everything I do? 'Cause I've been talking to dozens of women of mine, but don't worry, 'cause they're all you. That was a who. I'm laughing, that was a who. You're smiling, that was a who. The joke is coming around and around. That was a who. It's hysterical, that was a who. Laughably unbearable, oh what a who. The way I tore you down. That was a who. That was a who. That was a who. That was a who. Okay, now you can bark. That was an appropriate response to that song. Well, here's a Fred Eaglesmith song.
Yay.
Maybe I should call her up, and even if she laughs at me, at least I would get to hear her voice. Maybe I could calm her down. She'd ask me to come around, pick her up, and take her out someplace. But I'm just dreaming. She says she's had enough of cowboy boots and pickup trucks, enough of checkered shirts and dark blue eyes, going back to being another man's wife. And I'm just dreaming. I should've never took up with her. Should've never had a girl who didn't know hay from straw. But when I fell into her eyes, it was like I'd found paradise. I finally figured out just what heaven was. But I'm just dreaming. She says she's had enough of cowboy boots and pickup trucks, enough of checkered shirts and dark blue eyes, going back to being another man's wife. And I'm just dreaming. And I'm just dreaming. Every time there's dust out on the road, I look up and I hope she's coming back to me. Even though I already know she's gone for good, she told me so. I always think it just might be, but I'm just dreaming. She says she's had enough cowboy boots and pickup trucks, enough of checkered shirts and dark blue eyes, going back to being another man's wife. And I'm just dreaming. And I'm just dreaming. But I'm still dreaming. Much appreciated. Well, let's see. You know what's nice? I get to rearrange these and you won't know the fucking difference. Wasn't that a great song? Here's the next one. That woman there. No, you fucking technology. Hi, I don't have a temper. That woman there, dancing without a care, she got me shaking. Lord, I hope she ain't taking Jesus Christ, those eyes, I'll die before I ever forget 'em. And yeah, I just let 'em look away. Moment of truth. Here I am, a drunken bastard drifting and roaming. There she goes, the most beautiful woman in Wyoming. That bastard there, his fingers in her hair, I'm about to kill him. Everyone needs a villain. My God, that smile, legs are half a mile, they stood on over. This girl's a 12-leaf clover sent from hell. Here I am, a drunken bastard drifting and roaming. There she goes, the most beautiful woman in Wyoming. Here I am, drunken bastard drifting and roaming. There she goes, the most beautiful woman in Wyoming. Gracias, gracias.
Awesome song.
Thank you.
I will say, the most beautiful woman in Wyoming. I've been there. Your mom took me there. That's not a high bar.
That's staying in. What other good banter did I have? I had a shit ton of banter ready for the show.
Excellent.
Yeah, not happening now. See, this is what you get when you don't come to a show. You get this bullshit. This is called BRoll. Let's see. Well, unfortunately, by the time you see this, you will probably know the news, but we just received the news. So, right before starting this recording, if I seem a bit off, of course, that's why you all know by now, because when this comes out, it'll be in a half hour or an hour. But to those of you who do not know, and you're hearing this for the first time, I apologize. But, well, you just gotta come out and say it. There's this little kid polar bear. And he was walking home from his polar bear school. He just gotten out of polar bear kindergarten. And he was walking home, and now I'm just gonna say that not to be stereotypical, the home is an igloo. Just address that, get that out of the way. It's just facts. He got home and walked in and saw his polar bear mother. She was already making polar bear supper in the polar bear kitchen. Some good old polar bear beef stroganoff. And she said, now the stroganoff is just beef stroganoff. There's no actual polar bear meat they just call it polar bear, because they are polar bears, that's what they call it. Just regular beef stroganoff. I want to make sure we're clear there. She said, oh, hey, honey. How's your day? And he just shrugged and said, well, it was okay. He said, Mama, am I Billy a polar bear? She said, yeah, of course you're a polar bear. He said, no, Willie. I need you to level with me. Am I a polar bear? My mother said, yeah, look, if you don't believe me, then go ask your father. He's in the living room. I said, okay. So he sat down, his polar bear lunchbox on the table. Earlier in the day, it had been filled with a polar bear sandwich, polar bear string cheese, polar bear cookies, and orange juice. Again, I want to clarify, the sandwich is not made of polar bear. The mother happens to be a polar bear, made the sandwich for her son, who also happens to be a polar bear. No polar bear meat involved in the, Also, the string cheese, same. I don't even think polar bears can make. Okay. The cookies also regular flour, regular eggs. Polar bears can't lay eggs, so all regular. All of it. He walked in the living room and saw his polar bear dad. He was watching polar bear football on the polar bear television. It's the Arctic polar bears against the Canadian geese. It's a tight game. It was late in the fourth, and the geese were up by 3. And the kid said, Dad. He said, oh, hey, Slick, how's it going? The kid said, I need to ask you a question. So, Dad took the polar bear remote and pressed polar bear pause, because they had polar bear TiVo. He said, what's up? And the kid said, Dad, I need to know. Am I a polar bear? Dad said, well, of course you're a polar bear. And the kid said, no, wee. Be honest with me. Am I a polar bear? The dad said, well, yeah, you're a polar bear. Your mother's a polar bear. I'm a polar bear. Why? The kid said, because I'm fucking freezing. So that's the news. That's about as silent as an audience should be for that joke, and I am all for it.
The dogs didn't get it.
No. You could have heard 3 different songs in that time period, and yet, here you are. Jesse would have laughed. The welcome mat is faded and worn. The door was always open till you closed it. Our story went from legend to lore. I've tried to tell that tale, nobody knows it. A house I made on unbuilt broken dreams, and a life I lived is knocking on death's door. At least you never loved me, so you can't love me anymore. Leave behind the good times that we shared. Don't erase the memories, don't sell them, they're too rare. Leave behind my love through the years, but please take away my tears. Please don't pull our pictures off the shelf. The days are gone, and what's yours is mine. And leave me that old cardboard cut out of Elvis. Give me a couple more years worth of crime. Leave behind the good times that we shared. Don't erase the memories, don't sell them, they're too rare. Leave behind my love through the years, but please take away my tears. Let's actually go one higher and see how that sounds. We're experimenting. At my door, the leaves are falling. Cold, wild winds are gonna come. Sweethearts walk by together, and I still miss someone. Well, I go to all the bars. I'm looking for just a little bit of fun. But I found myself on that same cold bar stool, 'cause 'cause I still miss someone. I'll never get over those beautiful eyes. I see 'em everywhere, and I wish those arms would hold me tonight. I wish all your love was there. I wonder if she's sorry for leaving what we'd only just begun. Well, there's someone for me somewhere, and I still miss someone. I still miss someone. I still miss someone. Thank you. Well, Steve Earle said that there would be no Steve Earle without Guy Clark. And by proxy, it's safe to say there would be no Mandolin Hooper without Steve Earle. So, I guess this is a Guy Clark song. Some of her dancing days are over. Some of her dancing days are done. She still got a couple of two-steps. She ain't shown no one. Time will tell if she needs you. Time will tell if she don't. What do you do if she believes you? What do you do if she won't? You can't fence her in with wire. You can't fence her in with words. Bet your boots she's on fire. She's got a Bukowski in her purse. Don't sell her short if she leaves you. Don't sell her short if she stays. 'Cause she's got cards up her sleeve still that she never got to play. And it ain't like she's trying to lose you. She's just thinking for herself. And she said, come on if it moves you. Don't just stay here by yourself. You can't fence her in with wire. You can't fence her in with words. Bet your life she's on fire. She's got a pistol in her purse. You can't fence her in with wire. You can't fence her in with words. Bet your boots she's on fire. She's got a Bukowski in her purse. Some of our dancing days are over. Some of our dancing days are done.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll be back momentarily. That wasn't at you, that was at the sound that the computer was making, don't worry. Welcome back from intermission. I'm doing all my shows like this from now on. Just edit shit together, fuck it. It's knowing that your door's always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds, and the ink stains that have dried upon some lines. Keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory, keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that binds me. Or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Got enough gas to go to Pittsburgh. Although the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, and some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone, I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. I dip my cup of soup back from some gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard roughed and coal pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cup tans round a tin can, I pretend I hold you to my breast and find that you're waving from the back roads by the rivers of my memory. Forever you're gentle on my mind.
Great.
Thank you. If you would like to tip me, you can't, so. I know this is out of tune, but I don't give a shit.
Classic.
My father told me, son, don't you fall for a woman better than you. But he's gone on 20 years without a smile, and I hear he's sober too. And my grandpa told me not to date a woman I met at the bar. But he ain't been to Shadowland, and he always looked ahead a little too far. My mama wrote a letter, said to slow down or I'll die too young. She said I idolize all the wrong people and I'm killing my lungs. She told me Sammy Davis died at 64 and he coughed all the way make a deal for 60 Sammy years. Every goddamn day. Maybe something's wrong with my hands, they still play. Maybe this arthritis should have stopped me. That's what they say. Yeah. But they also said you were probably taken out of my reach. So maybe I'll just here disregard everything they teach. Jesus said to love one another. I guess he's right. Oh, but the devil's got the good rock and roll records with cigarettes on the side. You know my pastor always says that temptation gonna lead men to hell, but he ain't been to Shadowland, and those stories haven't aged too well. My father told me I was headed down the wrong road. Oh, he said there's nothing there, the lonely bear and the women are all too cold. Oh, he told me he had had the courage to do it, but I'd never be that man. But he fucked it up so long ago, and it still ain't been to Shadowland. Yeah, he sobered up too long ago, still ain't been to Shadowland. Yeah, we fucked that up too long ago, still ain't been to Shadowland. Mucho apreciado.
Very nice.
Well, we're gonna call that a night. Yeah, fuck it, I'm tired.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
And I have to say my farewell speech. Bye. Motherfucker, I didn't press record.